Good morning today, 9-0. Big 90. Monday morning, hopefully. The weekend's gone, the weather's gone. People like having the weekend off, so hopefully that's gone. Hopefully things are going to get back on track. So we'll walk through and have a bit of an update on where we are and what's got to be done. There's a pool man here on the pool by the looks of it. The storage area was poured. People are being checked in as we speak. It's currently just gone 6:45, so today we've got to get a plan together and we've got to get back on track. So let's spin around and have a quick look what's going on. So Saturday and Sunday's focus was getting this poured and done. So that's now been done. But as we said, I think that probably could have been something we left and we should have really focused on the pool. A trucker's there, so I assume that is the pool man. And yesterday, as far as I'm aware, the masons, as they call them, bricklayers in our way, worked on here. So they blocked up quite a bit of yesterday here. All this has got to be taken up as well on the side, and this has got to be taken to height, so that will be done today. And nothing can happen on the pool until the pool is dug out and finished. So let's have a quick look at what the guys are actually doing now, because they would have dug out. Good morning.
Good morning.
So there's the pipes being laid for the jets. Again, this is the jets. At the very end is the two drains going over into the actual pump room. And then once that is actually finished off, then the blinding, the 2-inch blinding can go over the top of that. The guys can finish off the rebar elements that go around here. A 6-inch concrete is then poured down on top of this that goes right to that board. And that then becomes the foundation to start building the blocks up on the sides, at the back, on the sides, and then we can start coming over. So we are probably 4 days behind on this element, probably about 2 weeks in total. But for this particular part of the project, today was meant to be pour. And when I say pour, the whole roof. So as you can see, we're quite a way away from that. Let's have a quick walk down here. Again, I would have poured this with a truck just to make it easier, just to get time, the time saving. The finish as a result of that is not the best finish in the world, but it is a storage area after all. But personally, I'd like to have seen that a lot better. So probably going to have to put a screed on that. Again, over the weekend, the guys were here trying to sort out the drainage. So we'll have a quick look upstairs, see how we're getting on with that. Morning, buddy.
Yeah.
No one's upstairs as yet. As you can see, a lot more pipe work now coming up, so a lot more runs have been put through. So again, this is mechanical, as in plumbing, and electrical. All that's got to be done before we can even consider pouring. And I've had to get the plumbers to rectify downstairs as well, because they've just put too many drops. I want it all tucked up against the roof ceiling. So anyway, that's where we are so far. Get another cement mixer in yesterday because one of them gave up. So there's 2 machines, so we should be back on it again today. But I say, the main thing at the moment is the blinding. They're going to have to do the blinding on the actual swimming pool today. That's probably one of the main things they've got to do for the mixers. And then once that's done, the rebar guys can get stuck in. Apparently they've already made the cages. The cages are actually in the container, so it literally is a case of once that blinding's done, they can pull it all out, lay it all down, and then start weaving it together. Once that's weaved, I need to talk to them about whether they're going to get a truck in to pour the floor, or they're going to do it by hand again. And as you've seen, by hand it can take forever. I mean, that there took all of Saturday and all of Sunday, and the finish is not as good as they're capable of doing. So it definitely is better to do it with a truck, but obviously it's more expensive, and you're also at the beck and call of someone being able to manufacture and deliver as well. So it's a bit of an awkward one. If it was a case of just ring up saying send it now, then they would do it. But sometimes it's concrete on the island at the moment seems to be at a premium, and biggest issue is availability. So they need to start planning that now. I mean, obviously we can mix it, we've got enough stuff, but it just takes so long, and it's a lot of man hours and a lot of manual handling, and as you see, the quality's not as good as it should be. So anyway, that's what's going to hold us up this week. You know, today we're meant to be pouring, so every day we don't pour is a day lost. So we are not going to get to pour until that is finished off and to height. The swimming pool is finished off and to height. Behind me, this main wall, the footing itself going from here right across, and the wall coming up to height. And they've also got to box in the beams. So these are beams at the top here, so they need to box all along here, the beams. There's also a beam coming from here right over to the other side here to support. Above us here is going to be, as you can see, it's pretty much a 30 foot by 40 foot roof. So that is a big bit of concrete, so that needs to be supported up. So there's a 24-inch beam that's got to go across with I think it's a 16-inch column that's got to be built in the middle. But even then, that's a lot of weight, so I'm questioning whether you need 2 columns or not. So yeah, big shame, we are behind, but we're getting there. So let's see what today holds and see if we can get back on track. 9:45, have a quick run around, see what's going on. So in the storage area, the guys are filling all the blocks, concrete, spinning you around on the pool. Pipework's been put in, cemented in place just so it doesn't move. These are the jets. So we're actually having jets that are facing up to the top of the water, pumping that way to keep the actual top I suppose as still as possible. All the drains have been run down at the bottom. All the rebar needs to be chopped out. So as you can see, the rebar is actually going in on the far corner over here. The same's going to happen on this side. Block walls over there are forming. Although a little bit slower than normal. I'm not too sure why they've stopped. 100 feet of concrete. Oh, the other thing I've actually changed as well, which I'll show you. Into the basement area. I came down here on Sunday with the plumber, and he's run all the actual pipe work at head height, which I was like, that can't happen. So things like this, where he's actually got it here, unfortunately he's going to have to raise it up to the top. So he's going to have to now re-chisel those back out up to the top and take the pipe work through the beam boxes all the way around to get the pipe work up high. As you can see, it's low all the way around. So the last thing I want to be doing is staring at a lot of pipe work. So pain in the arse, but it's got to be done right. So he's going to redo that for me. So that's going to be done as well. Managed to get both cement mixers fired up, which is good news. Got a good team on there today. 2 guys there, 4 guys there. Get those cement mixers going. They've got to feed the block walls over there, and the guys there, they've got to feed the concrete for the walls here. And we've also got to blind, we've got to blind the actual swimming pool area as well. So that's another thing. So these guys are going to chisel out those blocks, get the rebar guys in, and then we need to start blinding that surface sooner rather than later. And then Orlando is going to land up, creating a slope here and starting to get the marl, which is over there. We'll start dumping that over the top of the wall here as well. So that's pretty much what the morning's looking like so far. So yeah, hopefully we'll start getting back on track again. And also the site manager is coming back for a meeting in half an hour as well. So fingers crossed we can work with him to get his ass back on site and start getting a bit more focused on driving and controlling the job. That's the plan. So let's see how the rest of the day goes. 11:30. Oh God, I've not been recording all day for some unknown reason. Wow. Let's have a quick look where we are. Okay, guys, still pouring down the block holes. We've got a whole wall to do. Cement boys flat out. Block walls coming together. Mr. Tart back on site, which is awesome to see. Okay, so the block wall's nearly there, which is great, but unfortunately the Bobcat man's ill and had to go. But either way, they can carry on doing that in a minute. These boys have actually dug out what needs to be dug out and put the rebar down. That's been chiselled out and done as well. The concreting for each one of these has been put in place just to hold them in place. Next stage will actually be the blinding. So as you can see now, it's been dug out nice. The rebar can sit nice and close. And then the concrete will be poured 6 inches on here after the blinding. So blinding first. This will be block walled up, filled with marl, and then a whole concrete slab will be poured over the top. In here will be cleared out. What else? I think that's the main aim at the moment. George the plumber's here, doing what he's got to do. Lots of uprights coming out the floor now, as you can see, which is all the electrics and all the water. Nearly 3 o'clock. Everyone's flat out, as always, which is good. Everyone's busy. So it's being reset in the car. Okay, and we're blinding apparently. Blinding the pool. Let's have a quick look. Spin it round, have a look. Oh, not started yet though. Yes we have. Oh yes we have, okay. So the blinding is starting, that's good. So rebar's being finished off. Blinding is starting. Walls are going up. Across there though. Not too sure where that will come across. That's good. That's what we've got going on. These balls are dropping up walls. Getting there. So that wall's at height. We've done that one by now. Come on boys. We've had that done by now. How's it going, Ant? Yeah? Reckon we'll get this finished today? Yeah? Good. Get this piece in. Nice. We've had that finished by now. It's bloody hot today, I'll give it that, but let's get finished, boys. Let's get finished. Okay. And then the boxing's taking place in here as well. Marks on each wall. Start boxing up and getting that over. Well, that seems a bit high to me. I suppose that's going to get a pour. Yeah, awesome. So the guys are on it. Plumbers have got to do their changes and moves. It's got to get that guttering in here sooner rather than later. Just needs to deal with that. Other than that, all good in the hood. So, let's get back a bit later on and have an update. The man himself. Man of many talents. Bless him. Good, right, so we're near on done. So, let's have a catch up around about 4:30. 5 PM. So a 5 PM update. Hi guys. 5 PM guys. Right. Still going. Blinding. Blinding's looking good. Looks like they've nearly finished the whole pool. Spin around and have a look. Money all your life. How are we getting on, Blinding King?
Yeah.
Getting there. Starting to look like a swimming pool, isn't it?
Money, how you do so? How you do so? You can do so. You understand what happened?
What?
How you do so money? How you living? Do you so? Do so? You look at it. Yeah, but you.
Money all your life.
Yeah, but what you do so money? You like? Tell me here over the sun. You do so.
You still didn't select.
And now you got wrong. Wait.
Nice.
New mason, come here.
What we got in here? So, walls to height, nice. We've got them finished. So this one's finished off. This one's finished off. This one's finished off. Okay, and that'll be the, above will be a manhole that will come down into here. So this will be the fresh water tank for the whole house. The mains, this water for the mains road will come straight into here. This will fill up the water, and then it will feed the main house. So if there's any form of water issues in the area, then we've got the best part of probably about 8,000 gallons of fresh water to ensure that we don't have a lackage. So yeah, we've got to get a tank made in here as well. So we need an actual special tank to be fabricated, or we're trying to find some form of rubberization that you can put the tanking, floor, walls, but obviously it's for drinking water, and we're not too sure if that exists anywhere. So it's probably going to be a fabricated tank, and that is not going to be cheap. I'm very surprised we get change out of 35,000 Beijing, I reckon. We'll find out. Okay. Seems to be their main goal finally, which is the pool area. Beautiful. So if we can get here. So most of the boarding's up. I say most of the boarding, that is the boarding that will stop the concrete pouring out from when they're doing the beam, and then there'll be another box that will come off of that will come this way, as they are here. Same thing. Boarded that along, and say now what they're doing is the blinding there. They now need to do a 6-foot concrete on top of that. And once that's gone off, that will come right out to here, right out to this block, 6 foot 6 inches. And then what they'll do off the back of that, they will literally then take the block walls all the way up to height. That's why it was so important to get that bit done, because they can't do the block walls until that's done. The block walls are essential for the rebar to go right across, and then they'll be boarded up and poured. So that's pretty much where we are on that side. So a good day had by all. Looks like they're trying to get that bit finished off before they wrap up for the day, which is great news. So fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully we'll get that done by the end of play today, and we could be ordering a concrete in tomorrow. That's the main aim.